Seeing these ABCs, you're hearing them again and again, and they're so loud and constantly repeated. You're trying to teach your child 10 other things like functional communication, literacy, OT, but whatever you try, it seems like they're stuck on these ABCs. When you tell me it's too much, Priyanka ma'am, it's always saying that, I'm not going to judge you, because that reaction you're having is completely valid. Anyone will feel overwhelmed when they hear the same thing so many times a day. I am here to tell you that there's another side to this that we may not really see, because this is going on inside your child's mind, the internal part. What is driving them to repeat these ABCs so many times? Because what you're asking me is not that why alone. It's like he's repeating this so many times. Is it even normal? Is it preventing him from learning? Just imagine for a second that you're an autistic child and you're getting all these instructions, but you're not fully developed language decoding yet. There's so many people around you talking different things, conversations are shifting very quickly, there's a lot of noise in your environment, people's expressions and faces are changing, you're constantly being demanded of things, you're having some sensory needs that you're trying to meet by yourself. This is a lot. Now compare this feeling with alphabets. A always comes before B. B always comes before C. The pattern doesn't change. The song has the same rhythm. The letters don't suddenly change one day. ABCs represent something that is constant, repetitive, and rhythmic. For a nervous system that is easily overwhelmed, this constant predictability is so soothing. It's so comforting. And it is incredibly regulating. For many children, it's not just alphabets, it's names of animals, it's names of fruits or shapes or flags or countries. Anything that's same, it's constant, it has a pattern and it's repeating. From a neurological perspective, many autistic children have a brain that is very good at pattern detection. They're naturally drawn towards structured, visually organized systems. And letters and alphabets, numbers, shapes are exactly that. They are clean visual symbols organized in a structured sequence. The brain recognizes this and says, here's a pattern, this makes sense, this is safe. Secondly, there's also a reward component. These satisfying visual patterns, these repeated sequence, can activate the dopamine pathways in the mind, and it can feel very satisfying and rewarding. When they go back to these ABCs again and again, they are going back to a sense of control, they're going back to a sense of predictability, and to feel good in chaos. So you understand now, it's not just about repetition, it's not just about the ABCs. Now let's talk about hyperlexia, because many hyperlexic children are also so interested in alphabets and numbers. But the key difference is hyperlexic kids have a precocious reading ability, meaning they are very early readers. So it's not just a fascination and interest on alphabets and numbers, but they begin reading also, like reading words, recognizing logos, brand names, toy names, street names. Reading letters, decoding words is also a pattern skill. However, many hyperlexic children struggle with reading comprehension. Now that is a total topic on its own, reading comprehension and language comprehension. Just last month I made a video on it. I'll link it above, you can check it. And if you want more videos on hyperlexia and reading comprehension, let me know in the comments, I'll make it. But reading early means their symbolic recognition system is very strong. This is important for us to know, because when we do therapy and teach them, we have to understand their brain and how it learns and what they're really good at, which is predictability, pattern, system, structure, organization, repeating, nature, and rhythm. This will help us in setting up their teaching and the techniques and the method to teach them so that they can learn very fast. Is it preventing learning? Now this is a very real fear. Is it safe? Is it obstructing them from learning anything else? In autism, something you have to understand is intensity does not equal to inability. If your child is intensely focused on something, it doesn't mean they are unable to learn everything else. It means they have the ability to deep focus. Imagine how many of us struggle with focus and attention, but how some autistic children can focus for hours on their interesting and their favorite toy or their favorite topic or their favorite current interest. So the problem is not the ABCs. The problem arises if it is only ABCs and nothing else, and they are not able to learn anything else. But this is where you're coming in as a parent and a therapist. We are going to use these ABCs strategically. It is going to become an entry point for teaching. It's going to become a teaching tool, because we don't take away what regulates the autistic nervous system. We work with it. We use it for teaching. We are done with the theory and the neuroscience. Now let's talk practical. Move from letters to meaning. A is for apple, let's eat apple. B is for ball, let's throw ball. So add more meaning along with the ABCs, with the verb and the nouns. Join them together, make a simple song, make a rhythmic song and repeat it. Use the objects and use the actions and repeat and talk and sing to your child. You're using what they already like, so the interest and the motivation part is set. You're just adding extra language of the noun or the action word on top of it, and you're helping with decoding, you're helping with understanding. Build requesting through ABCs. What you can do is hold up the chocolate and say C for chocolate, eat the chocolate. C for chocolate, I want to eat the chocolate. B for biscuit, I want to eat the biscuit. B for biscuit, I want to eat the biscuit. M for more juice. M for more juice. You are using alphabets here for communication. You're pairing what they like with communication and the function of requesting, asking for something, asking for more of some food. Very gently interrupt their repetition. What this looks like is not stopping them from singing ABCD. So if they start singing ABCD, you also sing with them. If they start singing, you sing the ABCD and pause to see if they can continue. And another time sing it very fast, and another time sing it very slow. Sing it very soft and sing it very loudly. Sing it in reverse. So if your child says ABCD, then you say DCBA, and reverse the order and connect with them through this. This is a very important skill of joint attention. So when you use your child's interest to teach them, you're sharing that joy in that interest. What they're hearing is my mother or father likes what I like. And you know that mutual interest forms the basis of any relationship. I'm not going to want to talk to someone with whom I have nothing in common with. Only if me and my friend went through something similar, some similar experience, can we talk about the professor or the thesis or whatever. But if we have nothing in common, what am I going to talk to them? Right? So you're building the foundation of a relationship with your child. Use letters to teach emotions. H is for happy, let's make a happy face. S is for sad, let's make a sad face. A is for angry, let's make an angry face. So you're using a predictable structure like ABCs to teach an abstract component like emotions. Turn their solo playtime into shared playtime. Again, this goes back to the previous point. When children realize ABCs is something I like, flags is something I like, numbers is something I like, and they think that they should have that only for themselves, and they should repeat it to themselves, and they should make them enjoy it. What is happening is they're missing that enjoyment with you, sharing that with you, right? So what you do is you see if you can introduce yourself into their game and expand that game and make them even happier than how much happiness they would get from just telling it to themselves. Let me show you what this looks like. So if your child starts singing A is for ant, you say B is for bee. Take turns repeating alphabets, and this also brings up this early turn taking skills. Or make up a game where you roll the ball to sit opposite each other, roll the ball to each other, and every time you say roll, you say rolling A, rolling B, rolling C, rolling D. You can do a treasure hunt. Hide alphabets around the home and say, where is A? A is sleeping under the table. Where is B? B is in the drawer. Always, instead of arranging A B C D in linearly, see if they will accept arranging A B C D like a pyramid or like a square, and then you put another square next to their creation and say, oh, this is a square, this is also a square, this is an alphabet square, this is an orange square. So you see, the goal is not stopping ABCs, but using the ABCs to expand their interest into other topics and conversation. Another important thing is expand very gently and gradually. Because once we realize, oh, I can teach through this, we can kind of try to be very intense, like what's next, let's do this next, let's do that next. Okay, D is for dog. What is the dog doing? Where is the dog going? What color is the dog? What does the dog say? So what we do is we try to see the small entry point, and we'll try to teach everything through that, which is not wrong, but for kids this can seem overwhelming, and they can understand that you're trying to teach them something, and they will try to disengage. So go very slowly. What this looks like is, first see if your child accepts when you say D is for dog, woof woof doggo, C is for cat, meow meow kitty. See first of all if they will accept one sentence extra along with the ABCs, and if they accept that very well, do that for a while. Then you add another sentence on the second or a third week. D is for dog, woof woof doggy, doggy is running. See if they will accept it. If they don't, and they don't like it, you'll know it. If your child doesn't like the things you're talking and you're teaching, then stop and go back, because they will expand their interest, but they cannot be forced into it. Nobody develops interest if you're forced to do something, right? So very slowly you gradually expand their interest. I know I've given you a lot of tips with ABCs, but the same can be applied for any other interest your child has. If your child has any other interest, let me know in the comments, and the interest that gets most likes, I'll make a video on that, how to teach through that. All of the things that I've just told you, I'll put it in a document so that you can refer to it later, and the document will be in the description box. Scroll a little bit, it'll be in the middle. Here are the key takeaways. ABCs is not just about ABCs. ABCs is about a brain that is very good at pattern recognition and love structure. ABCs represent a repeating safe pattern that makes sense to them and that is comforting in a world of chaos and constant changes. Because it is a safe, predictable, structured and sequenced pattern, it makes sense to their brain and it helps them regulate. When you see it this way, you're going to stop looking at ABCs as a barrier and instead as a tool. Don't stop the ABCs, use it to teach them. And finally, it is okay to feel overwhelmed if they are constantly repeating. You are not a bad parent to be getting a headache from the repetition. It's a very normal reaction. Take a breath, take a pause, take a break, and then come back and see how you can use ABCs to teach them. If you have any other topics you want me to talk about, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.